Make sure you're paying attention, guys. Grade. Okay, on your dashboard, you went to student resources, grammar notes. Okay, I'm gonna probably assign one grammar note a week. Files. So next week, plan on going over run-on sentences. But I wanted to go back over sentence fragments because again, it's one of the biggest mistakes kids make is they want to fragment every one of their sentences in a paragraph, and it's just like it's not right. So here we go. And I'm going to spin to where we left off last. We went through this. Okay, guys, it was good practice. Oh, real quick. Who would like to tell me, just raise your hand or give me whatever. What are the three things that a sentence has to have to be a complete sentence? What are the three things it has to have? Aiden Deaver.
I'm not too sure, but a subject.
Subject?
Verb.
Who's after that? A verb. And then what's the third thing that it requires? That it be a what?
Like a person like he or
Pronouns, but it needs to have a subject, a verb, and the last thing it needs is what, Alan Morales? It needs to be a what?
a complete thought.
I just play one of my favorite apps for 2 minutes and I have $5 towards Amazon.
So again,
If you like playing mobile games and you play them a lot,
chances
are you do, I have something for you to check out. Check out an app called Rewarded Play, where you can play some of your favorite games and actually be rewarded. So you literally just tap it, installs it directly from the Google Play Store for you, and then it monitors how long you play it. And the longer you play it, the more credits you get for that day, which go towards your reward.
So you guys can literally see what you do, what most kids do wrong at your level, and then how to fix it. So here we go. Let's go back to it. Okay, we already did this. We kind of just told, some Asian flying squirrels, and it's missing the verb are 3 feet long. Flying squirrels can glide through the air. That has a subject, a verb, phrase, linking verb phrase, and then through the air. Oh, real quick, who can tell me what through the air is? This would be for like a Jolly Rancher in my class, if you're in my class. You know that. Now I'm jumping ahead. Kate Flanagan, this may be a question for you, honey. What is through the air? This is just like kids. All year long with English, I'll throw you a curveball. You don't have to know the answer. It's just we're going to learn it later, but I want to talk about it now for a quick second. What is through the air? Do you happen to know? Okay, it's a prepositional phrase. Okay, and the object of the preposition is air. Okay, all right. So just wanted to know if anybody knew that. Okay, let's go back. Okay, and then so that one was a complete sentence. Leap from one tree to another. That was a fragment because it's missing what? Anybody? What's it missing? Anybody? Go ahead. I see. Go ahead, Josh. What's it missing?
A subject.
Good job. Who or what leaps through the air from one tree to another? And then if they start high up in the tree, okay, then you can look at your answers. It's a fragment. It's missing the verb. This one was a complete sentence. This one's fragment. So missing the subject, and this is a fragment. It's not a complete thought. If they start high up in the tree, what happens if they start up? Okay, let's go on. I'm going to go kind of quick because this one paragraph is what I want to show you. Okay, and always do the little practice, guys. It's always good practice. We don't need to do that again. We did that. That was just fragment and complete sentence, stating whether it was. Okay, now you're looking at a paragraph, okay? And it says, identify the sentence fragments in the following paragraph. Then fix each fragment by attaching it to a complete sentence. Change capitalization, punctuation, wherever necessary. So here we go. I'm going to read this to you. The weather cleared, period. While we were driving to the campground, period. We traveled for hours, period. When we arrived at our campsite, period. Mom and I set up the tent, period. My sister hiked to the river with her friend, period. As the sun set, period. We cooked bean soup over the fire, period. Guys, can they combine some of those sentences? That's like too many fragments. So the first thing I want us to do is somebody raise your hand. Let's go through, and you tell me where the first fragment is. The weather cleared. Where's the first fragment? While we were driving to the campground. CJ, I can't see you, honey. So kiddos. Yeah, okay. What is the first fragment? Anybody in that paragraph? Who wants to answer that? CJ, it's okay. If you got them it's no biggie, honey. Just, okay. Anybody? Let me see a show of hands. Talina, let me put it back. I'm calling on you. What is the first fragment in that paragraph?
The weather cleared while we were driving to the campground.
Very good. Stop right there. While we were driving to the campground. Okay? You can find the second one. We traveled for hours. No. What's the next on. Good job, Selena. Who can answer? Where's the next fragment in that paragraph? Selena.
When we arrived to our campsite.
Very good. And these are probably the kids that did a good job reviewing this last night, so you already know what's coming. Where's the next one?
As the sun set.
Very good. Those are all fragments. In other words, they're missing something or they're not a complete thought. So let's see how we can fix that. The weather cleared. How can we fix that? What can I do to that? Those first two sentences. Okay? Flanagan, I'm just going to call on you.
You can combine the sentences.
Yes, honey, with what? Think about how you can say that the weather cleared. Okay, the first one was while we were driving to the campground. Okay, the second one, the fragment was when we arrived at our campsite. Okay, and then the third one was as the sun sets. Okay, if you click here, well, it's going to go through and give you all the fragments first. Okay, the next one screen is going to actually show us how we can combine those two. How do you think we can combine those? Okay, just take a stab at it, hon. Don't know. Okay, so look at it. The weather cleared while we were at the campsite. You don't need a period, and you don't need a comma. While we were at the campsite, that's a subordinated conjunction. But the weather cleared, you don't need the comma because the subordinated conjunction's not in the beginning of the sentence. Okay, I don't see you, hon. You guys, I need to see your faces. Okay, so the weather cleared while now if this was while we were driving to the campground and that was the first